if you're willfully lying on the application process, you're using somebody else's social security number or just outright lying on the application. That's not good. That'll kind of bump you off there. Medical questions. So vision. Vision is a big thing. You gotta be able to see what you're doing. Contact lenses and glasses obviously are fine, as long as they're correctable to 20/20. There's the OPM website, Office Personnel Management, that kind of spells everything out. A lot of people, students come up to me and say, well, I've got this issue, I'm colorblind. The flight surgeon at the FAA says there's about 11 different color blindness tests. If you can pass one of them, you're fine. It's not it's not a deal breaker. Peripheral vision, no glaucoma. Do not get radiokeratotomy. Radiokeratotomy is the forerunner to LASIK, but don't get LASIK done. Once you're in the agency and you're certified, you can go ahead and do it. It's kind of a pain to get your airman certificate back, but do not get that done prior to applying. Be able to pass a hearing test. That's important too. No high blood pressure. If you take a medication, that's fine to keep it down. No epilepsy, no diabetes. Diabetes, even that they're kind of easing up on. It all depends. If you're insulin dependent, as long as you're within the ranges and everything, that's fine too. No alcoholism addiction. Please don't tell them about it. Drugs, do not take drugs. Even it's legal here now in Arizona, but don't do that. If your drug test comes back positive, you'll be automatically deselected. And that holds true once you're hired on and you pop, because they will do a random alcohol, they'll do a random drug test, and that's not good. Usually the first go around, you'll get put on a letter. The union will probably help you out with that. And then it's your last chance. And then there's a second last chance. And I had one person I worked with, and you gotta fill that every year. You gotta fill out your airman certificate, right, your physical, and it asks you, have you been, convicted of speeding offenses, DUIs, what have you? Well, this one guy put down, nope, I'm all good. Well, he got popped for a third time. And he finally fessed up to his supervisor, well, this is not the first time this has happened to me, now I've lost my license. So they put him on the last chance letter. And then they come in at random, okay, time to take your alcohol test, come back with me. Well, came in one day and they're gonna do the random test. And he said, well, I resign. So who knows what he was doing the night before, but probably not something he should have been. He resigned and he quit right there on the spot, but he went to go work in Dubai, so he's still patrolling traffic. But don't do that, it's just a big pain in the neck. And if you go to that last chance letter, it doesn't matter. You can't have alcohol on your days off. You take a week of vacation, you cannot be drinking on your own vacation. So they take it kind of serious, a little heavy-handed, but don't even go down that road. Here's your MMPI, dash a bunch of questions, and they ask the same question like 4 or 5 different ways. I'm sure I got a raw deal from life. True. No. It's kind of a bunch of weird questions, so they're all looking for patterns. As long as you answer truthfully all the way through, it's okay. If you want to get a Class 1, I think it's the pilot one, right? You can do that and they'll pay for it. Class 2 is not as stringent. Prior to age 40, you have to do it every 2 years. After age 41, every year thereafter. It's always paid for by the FAA. Let's say your hearing goes bad while you're working. If you can get up to a certain level, that's fine, you get a waiver. You get high blood pressure because of all the stress, you'll get a waiver. And then make sure that every year you do sign out, when you have to fill out the questionnaire that is done